With its unique blend of city building, resource management, and harsh moral decisions, Frostpunk set a high bar for survival games. Now, Frostpunk 2 is here, and it's already making waves in the gaming community. Today we're diving into what Frostpunk 2 brings to the table, exploring its new features, mechanics, and whether it truly evolves the franchise. So grab your warmest coat, and let's get started. First things first. Let's talk about the game's impressive launch. Just a few days after its release, Frostpunk 2 has already sold over 350,000 copies, according to the developers. This massive success has not only covered all production and marketing costs, but has also set the stage for a promising future for the franchise. The developers expressed their gratitude on social media, saying, big thank you to you all for your support. It almost melts our frozen solid hearts. It's clear that Frostpunk 2 has resonated with players, but what exactly makes this game so captivating? The biggest change in Frostpunk 2 is the shift from coal to oil as the primary resource. In the frozen wasteland, oil represents both hope and danger. While coal was all about the immediate survival, oil introduces a complex layer of long-term strategy. Managing this volatile resource requires balancing economic growth with the risk of catastrophic environmental impacts. One wrong decision and your entire city could go up in flames. Literally. But it's not just about resources. Frostpunk 2 expands the gameplay by allowing players to manage not just a single city, but also outposts and sister cities across the harsh, frozen landscape. This new scope adds a strategic, civilization-like element to the game. You'll need to establish and maintain supply lines, explore the surrounding frostlands, and manage multiple settlements to ensure the survival and growth of your society. This larger scale adds depth and complexity, making every decision feel even more impactful. The game also introduces a new faction system that adds layers to the political and social dynamics within your city. Different factions have their own ideologies and demands, and managing these internal conflicts is crucial to maintaining order. The new council system allows you to vote on laws and policies that directly impact your city. The outcomes of these votes depend on the support of various factions, adding a layer of political strategy that was not present in the original game. And speaking of decisions, the law and decree system has been expanded with more depth and complexity. In Frostpunk 2, you're not just deciding on child labor or extended work shifts, you're drafting entire policies that shape the very nature of your society. Will you push for rapid industrialization at the cost of human rights? Or will you try to maintain a sense of morality in an increasingly desperate world? Each policy affects not just the productivity and efficiency of your city, but also the morale and loyalty of your people. And remember, unhappy citizens are more likely to rebel, adding yet another layer of challenge to the game. The visual and audio design of Frostpunk 2 has seen significant improvements, utilizing Unreal Engine 5 to create stunningly detailed environments. From the chilling snow-covered landscapes to the intricate architecture of your city, the game's graphics truly immerse you in this dystopian world. And the sound design enhances the atmosphere even further, with the haunting winds and the creaking of ice reminding you of the brutal conditions your citizens face. The game has also introduced new survival mechanics. Beyond just managing warmth and food, you now need to deal with more dynamic weather events and external threats. Whiteout storms can disrupt your operations, while new diseases can spread quickly through your population, requiring quick and effective responses. These elements keep the gameplay fresh and challenging, ensuring that no two playthroughs feel the same. One of the standout features of Frostpunk 2 is the introduction of district construction. Players can now build and expand across different zones, breaking through ice to create new areas for housing, production, and research. This adds a layer of strategic placement and resource optimization that goes beyond the original game's more confined city structure. You'll need to think carefully about where to place your buildings to maximize efficiency and protect your citizens from the harsh elements. Another major addition to the game is the introduction of larger-scale infrastructure projects. These massive undertakings, such as constructing a central oil refinery or a network of underground heating pipes, require a huge investment of resources and manpower, but can dramatically improve the efficiency and stability of your city. Deciding when and how to implement these projects can be the difference between life and death for your settlement. These projects also tie into the newly introduced research tree, which now includes several branches that reflect the different ideologies of the city's factions. Choosing which technology to prioritize can significantly impact your city's development and its ability to withstand future challenges. The developers have also introduced a more nuanced diplomacy system that allows you to interact with other cities and settlements in the frozen world. Whether you choose to form alliances, trade resources, forces or even engage in hostile takeovers. Your interactions with these neighboring societies will have far-reaching consequences. This system adds a new layer of strategic depth, as you'll need to consider not just your city's internal politics, but also its external relationships. And then there are the new endgame challenges. As your city grows and stabilizes, you'll face increasingly difficult crises that will test your leadership and strategic thinking to the limit. From sudden resource shortages to devastating blizzards that can isolate your outposts, these scenarios are designed to push even experienced players to their limits. The developers have promised that these late-game challenges will keep players engaged long after they've mastered the basics of survival. Despite these new complexities, the developers have ensured that Frostpunk 2 remains accessible. The interface has been streamlined, and new tutorials help guide players through the more intricate mechanics. It's clear that the team wanted to build on the strengths of the first game, while making the experience more engaging and less intimidating for newcomers. But what does the future hold for Frostpunk 2? The developers have already announced 3 major expansions that will be released over the coming months. These DLCs promise to add new stories, mechanics, and challenges to the game, expanding on the rich world of Frostpunk. While no release dates have been confirmed yet, the announcement has already generated significant excitement among the community. So, is Frostpunk 2 the next evolution of survival gaming? It certainly seems to be heading in that direction. With its expanded mechanics, deeper narrative, and even tougher moral dilemmas, it's shaping up to be a worthy successor to the original. The positive reception and strong sales numbers are a testament to the game's quality and the dedication of its developers. But will it live up to the hype in the long run? That remains to be seen. What do you think? Are you excited for the future of Frostpunk 2? Or do you have concerns about the new direction it's taking? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and if you're as curious as we are as to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more cold, hard content coming your way. Until next time, stay warm and stay strong.